to the greatest.
Hey, you know JayRay got girls here going way, 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 way.
Yo, 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 what's going on, good people? It's your boy JayRay. We're back. Real Talk Radio is officially back. All right, so where do I start? Because I don't want to go too long, but I do want to give you at least a summary. So, as usual, technical difficulties always prevail when I'm trying to stay consistent. All right, this time I have a very good unexcused reason for my absence. A very good excuse for my unexcused absence. Whatever. So let's go back a notch. Let's take it all the way back to February, late February, spring break. Right. I just got a MacBook. Just got my good old MacBook here. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I bought this MacBook is because my HP, it does the job, but it's slow, bro. No matter what I do, it's slow. Like, and the most important thing about it is the it's just slow, man. Especially when I'm trying to export videos, and like literally like a 30-minute video, it'll take like maybe 18 to 16 hours just to export off this laptop. And that slows down the workflow, bro, and it makes you not want to do it because first off, you know, I use the laptop for other things, so whenever I have to export a video, I would have to just let it sit for 16 to how many ever hours. Now, let's say I want to do edit an hour video, right? Whether it's film, whether it's especially this podcast, that'll take 24 to 36 hours, bro. Just letting my laptop have to sit there and I can't touch it. Yeah, that's just degrading. And then when you got to put into, I got to do the promos and I got to edit, make little mini clips for social media. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, that's it. But like just exporting is slow. Then I got to do thumbnails. Then I gotta, put it on Buzzsprout. It's too much. So I got the MacBook, which is like, helps me do it 3 times faster. Right. So I got the MacBook, and then I had a bunch of other different projects that I had piled on myself throughout the semester to do spring break, just to test and work with learn how to work with my MacBook, learn how to edit stuff on the MacBook versus the HP, because there's slight differences in it, and just build up a good workflow. So I learned that when I got my MacBook that I had to reformat my external drive in order to do it. So basically what an external drive, if you don't know what external drive is, it's basically a big version of a laptop. Of a flash drive. It's a bigger version of flash drive. So for example, all those little Word document files, Excel files, maybe a couple audio files you put on a 32 gigabyte flash drive, it's twice as that. So I had a 5 terabyte external drive, right? And I had to reformat it. And when you reformat it, it erases everything off the drive. Can't have that, can we? So so one night I went to Walmart and I bought a 8 terabyte external drive so I can transfer most of the stuff on my 5 terabyte to the 8 terabyte, right? So I let that, and it takes about 4 or 5 hours just to put all that information, to transfer that information over to once. So my impatient ass, idiotically, I transferred instead of copying it. So copying it, if I would have copied it and it crashed, I still would have had the stuff on the other drive. So if it would have crashed, I would have lost nothing. But I moved it. I moved it during the transfer instead of choosing to copy it because I was so impatient. But I was on a time crunch to where I needed to get the ball rolling, get stuff going, because I had put a lot of stuff on my plate while I was at school, more than I can eat. So yeah, that happened and it crashed. It crashed like the same night I bought it, the same night I did the little transfer thing, it crashed and I lost like almost everything. I lost a little anywhere from just a little animation, like the YouTube, Instagram animations you guys see, from the intro, the sound of the intro and the visuals. You are now watching real, JayRay. I lost the outro. I lost all my logos for this thing, for this podcast and this platform. I lost everything. I lost radio shows. I lost film stuff. I lost documentaries. I lost everything. Um, there was some stuff that was retrievable because I had backed up some stuff on my dad's computer because this is not the first time it happened. First time it happened, I wasn't really bugging because I had just started this podcast. So I only lost like maybe episode one at the most. But this time I lost everything, you guys, and it really hurt me. To the point where I was about to end this podcast. I was like, maybe this is a sign I should just stop. Like I'm not building anything. I don't stay consistent as I used to. Maybe it's a sign I should just go down the film path and then follow that, because I am starting to get into film more, and I'm starting to like it more than I don't want to say I like it more than broadcasting, but maybe I should just focus on that. Well, during that debacle, there was no time to sit down and be sad about it. Like I said, I overwhelmed my plate. So once I got back to school after spring break, I had to start attacking those other projects that I didn't already film yet. I think the only thing I had filmed when I lost all that stuff was I started filming my capstone, which is I'm doing a documentary on Decatur. Y'all look out for that on my other YouTube channel. And yeah, man, I just kept myself working and busy so I wouldn't even think about it as much. You know what I mean? I was producing, writing short films, editing stuff for people, trying to just work on my freelance editing dreams, as well as this as my dream or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, I just kept myself busy until the end of the semester. The week after the last day of school, I attended the GAB Radio Talent Institute. Shout out to Mary Ryan, Nigel, Jack, Hank, Riley, Demaya, Alicia, and Savannah. Shout out to the gang. Oh, Lizzie, didn't forget about you. Shout out to the gang. Yeah, it's basically, it's a program where you spend 6 days, and it's hosted by UGA in Athens. So I was in Athens for pretty much 7 days, but it's a 6-day program, and you attend these presentations, where it's a bunch of people from the broadcast industry, whether it's radio station managers in Ohio to on-air talent in Atlanta to music schedulers, anybody that's within the broadcast industry, the radio industry. They were there from different places, like I said, different positions, and you get to network with them. And also, like I said, during the presentation, they share with you how to break into the industry, what you need to know for whatever position you want to pursue. It was really cool. Like I got to, like, one of the coolest things was we got to actually watch V103, the Big Tigger show, and Jazzy McBee. With Big Tigger and Jazzy McBee, we got to see them broadcast their show live from 6 to 10. So they came to UGA, they brought I forgot what you call it, but it's like your mobile equipment, and then they broadcast it in front of us. And during their breaks, we would ask them questions. They would talk to us. We got to see how the flow of the show goes, how to read stuff, just everything, man. And that was cool, man, because y'all guys know since episode 1, like V103 is my dream station. It's the reason I started this podcast. It's the reason I kind of went into radio after 2 or 3 gap years. And yeah, it was awesome. I got to meet Jazzy McBee and take pictures. Like I said, go on my Instagram, Real Talk Radio. You'll see all the pictures and everything we got to do there. I dropped some stuff on there. So yeah, Real Talk, real.t.radio on Instagram if you want to see some of that stuff. And but one of the biggest takeaways from that experience in that week was each and every presentation, whether it was, like I said, a station manager, to on-air talent, to people in sales, the first question they were asked was, do you have a podcast? And if you don't, start one now. And they would explain to us how important podcasting is in the broadcast industry. And just in general, I mean, the way it can attribute to your growth in the broadcast industry, just not even just trying to become an influencer, but just working on speaking, working on being able to carry conversations, working on audio production, everything. And so, once I had that little talk, I guess I decided, we must continue Real Talk Radio, but we got to go harder than ever. I mean, harder than we ever have. And y'all will see that in the next couple of weeks. So I just wanted to, update. That's the little update. Also, I have some upcoming films. Like I said, I've been into this film thing. I've produced, like I said, this semester was my craziest. Like I got to edit some promo packages. I got to edit a movie trailer for my homie for his capstone it was a pilot episode he did called Enter Darkness for his capstone. Check that out on my YouTube. It's what's the name of my YouTube real quick? I'm gonna post it soon. The name of my YouTube is my other YouTube channel is just type in JayRay, JARRETTRAY 4985. I'm gonna post that soon. I don't know when, but it's gonna come up. I got a black short film I got to write, edit, shoot, produce, and I got to direct, write. I got to write, edit, direct, shoot, and whatever order you want to put that in. And that was pretty cool. That's gonna be. I'm gonna post that sometimes this actual week. So look out for that this Friday, which will be. I think it's gonna be the 8th of June. I'm trying to think what else upcoming. Like I said, I got that upcoming Decatur documentary that I'm working on. I've been working on it since January, so that's gonna be cool. It'll drop in December. I also have a project I just released last Friday called a Letter to JB. It's a cinematic short film, just depicting not forbidden love, but I don't know what you would call it. Love is involved though. Walking on eggshells with that word. Feelings, deep feelings were involved. So y'all can check that out. It's called A Letter to JB, and again, it's under that YouTube channel, whatever I just named. I'll put the animation here. I'm trying to think of anything else, man. I think that's it. And just in case you guys don't believe me that we're gonna go harder than ever these next couple of weeks, here we go.
My answer is inspired by one of the questions you provided that says, how do you define happiness and what do you do to cultivate it in your life?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think how to put this in the most elegant way.
Mm-hmm. You're already doing a fantastic job. I'm giving you like first grade vocabulary, elementary sentences.
No, yours is good. But
thank you for the pity. for the see, I don't even know the difference now. I'm confused now. It's not pity, but sympathy or empathy. Who's one of them?
Empathy is I feel it with you. Sympathy is I feel you, but I'm over here.
Yeah. It's like effect and effect for me. Kick my ass right now.
That one's hard. Yeah. I think if you're not happy, you have to force yourself to go out and find the good and remind yourself that it's
so
out there.
hard though.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
But once you make a conscious choice to acknowledge everything good that's going on, it's easier to default to seeing the good. Yeah.
Can you say that again for the people back home?
Yeah. When you make an active choice every day to seek out the good in your life and all around you, it's easier for that to become the default emotion rather than falling to pessimism or negativity. For me, at least, one thing that helps me is I journal about it. Or
you got a diary?
Or just like a note on your phone. The guy today said, I love when or I loathe when, but I focus more on the I love when part. And I would take note of something every day that made me smile or made me feel a certain way. And then it's easier to seek them out the next day and the next day.
Yeah. I can't do that shit. The quality and the flag, that shit is not,
because
it's not correlated.
Y'all realize the majority of people who are in themselves are black.
Exactly.
Let's be so for real.
Oh, they don't want to have that. They don't want to have that. I'm going to let you hear that because you criminal law. You know the statistics.
They don't want to have that conversation. But, of course, they set it up that way. Because let's be for real. We were never meant to be we were not supposed to be considered humans to this day. Yeah. 3/5. We were considered 3/5
of a person.
Of a person.
They don't want to have that conversation, though. And
that's still in the Constitution, but they don't want to change it because we can't. That's the Constitution. Now, the reason they did that, I'm in a political science class. I love my teacher. He's a good one. But the reason they did that was because back in those days, we still had states that were like no to slavery and still states that were like yes to it. So they did that specifically to give the states who wanted slavery the option to do it. So they gave it up to the states.
Oh, that's when that Confederate thing happened, and then the Union. Okay.
Exactly. So that's why that is said like that, to give, and that's I think the 10th Amendment of the Bill of Rights is to basically whatever is not listed in the.
She going in, y'all. I can't wait to get that educated. I'm trying to re-educate myself slowly.
But basically, the 10th Amendment gives the right of the states. Like, whatever is not listed in the Bill of Rights and Constitution, that's up to the states. And that was the biggest conversation. Like, the founding fathers, they knew this was going to be a problem. But they didn't want to deal with it at that moment because they were trying to make sure that, first of all, we were a solid country, and the British weren't going to come back and try to overrule us. So that was their main concern then, and that's why we have the issue of slavery now, because they knew that their priorities were, they knew that was going to be a problem, but their main priority was not that, which is why we still have this problem today. So they already knew this was going to be a problem. They predicted the Civil War. Like, if you go back to in some documents, who was it that he said? I don't remember.
Thomas Edison?
I think it was Thomas Edison. I think it was.
Ain't that the one that invented the light bulb, but he invented electricity?
That was Ben Franklin.
I should have just left it where it was.
Yeah, you should have. You were on a roll, but no.
Just the tourist spots, but like go overseas, go visit somewhere, and go walk down the street that nobody tells you to go down.
Exactly.
You know, and see what people are really living like, and it changes you. It changes your perspective on it, and there's two sides to this. You know, there's the people that are refugees just trying to make it, just trying to make a better life for their family. I mean, you got to think about it, like you would do the same thing for your
exactly.
family, you know,
and that's what I think the missing key is with everything in life. People don't try to put themselves in other people's shoes before they make an opinion or something, or they have their own little perception and they just see it through. They don't try to say, okay. And that's the problem what I have with why I really don't have a lot of friends right now, because people don't know how to really put themselves in other people's shoes. It's almost like, you know, you put in a simple example is if I ask you for advice, don't give me the advice of exactly what you would do. Put yourself in my shoes and remember who I am versus who you are. Like if someone was, let's just phrase, for example, this is just a little kiddie example, but this is the most simplified example. If let's say if someone was picking on me at school and I come to you like, what should I do about it? Punch him back. Yeah, but okay, that's you. I'm not a fighter. I'm a pacifist. Like we're two different people. So put yourself in my shoes before you give me advice on how to handle it. You got to remember we're two different people. So we would approach it two different ways and two different mindsets. We have different morals. And I think people don't take that in consideration when some of these issues come up. You know what I mean? I think what you said too is that people don't understand the hardships. Like, you know, I did an episode with this girl named Naomi Solar. She might still be in the building. And she talked about how she came to this country as an illegal immigrant and how she had to do it. You know, her mother had to hang on the bottom of a truck.
That's crazy. Like
for like some miles. I don't know the number. For some miles. And how she had to, she was a baby, so she had to dress up as a boy just to get over the border, because she looked like, as a boy, she looked like an American. Like that's where she put her hat on her and put some clothes on her. But as a girl, they would dress up normally as a girl, she wouldn't have been able to cross the border. Wow. So that was a crazy story. But let's listen. This is a little.
Come on. On behalf of my pops, me and my mother would like to welcome y'all to Vallejo, California.
Welcome, people.
And he always got his mama on the side, no matter what he do. That hard. Yeah. Check him out, L.A. Russell. Tough.
1000X bro, smile as I'm breaking down the loaf. Fortune 500 brands paying me to post. West side, I'm that nigga on my coast. Ain't no GD, but I did it with my folks. Niggas #1 and I got more sales than both. Sound like a hoax. Niggas in the comments really hating on the growth. Sound like he froze. Dropped another 8 for the hell of it. Victory is sweet and I really love the smell of it. You can't knock the movie if you only caught the tail of it. You ain't even see it. You ain't see the grind, dog. You don't know the energy it took. This journey to this smile ain't as pretty as it looks. Don't play with me. Made a pretty penny off of books. Tooth got a crook. I ain't rich off of looks. You a witness in a nigga who did everything it took. 9.7, nigga, everything shook. Still indie, still major, still working. New crib, new money, same person. I just closed on compound. I'm not interested unless it's compound. I'm so invested they thinking I'm comp now. Building staircases in my old stomp grounds. That's what it's about, right? I'm supposed to pull up in the rows. Pretend it's motivation when I overspend on clothes. Pretend it's motivation when I overindulge. Pretend it's motivation when I lack self-control. Tell them why you really fuck them hoes. Tell them how you really feel small in your soul. Tell them how you lost and can't find your way home. That's why you can't do shit but keep writing the same song. I feel it. It's gonna take a whole lot to heal it. When you see it as yourself, it make it difficult to kill it. And smoking every day, it make it difficult to feel it. And fear trying to save it, make it hard to reveal it. I hope you know fear can't save you. And can't nobody take from you what they never gave you. Build infrastructure and then people come and raid you. Tell me you can fly and then people want to cage you. Get they 2 cents and start talking like they paid you.
Man, I ain't gonna give you the whole thing, right? He hard. So like they don't really know how to party. Like UGA probably know how to party better than them. Like these folks, you go in there and be super loud music, but ain't nobody doing nothing but either playing beer pong or standing around talking. Yeah, like so it don't really be nothing. But now when GSU,
I was just about to ask you, like, do you go to like other colleges parties and stuff?
Not no more. It's like it's the same how you said like parties ain't, to me, parties in general, just no matter what party I go to, it's not the same as it used to be. Like
it's not.
If I could go back in time, I would go to 90s parties. Like, you know them shit you see on Instagram where niggas be on crack and just dancing and laughing. Like, it'd be a vibe. Like, nowadays, everybody just think they the celebrity.
For real.
Everybody just be standing around. Like, I ain't saying you gotta dance. Everybody gotta dance, but like, ain't no mingling. Like, everybody just there to do drugs and just think they the shit.
Have you been to an HBCU party?
Other than GSU, not really like outside. Like
actual.
Oh, damn. Y'all said actually. Damn,
GSU
not
HBCU.
I know I've heard the idea where people will call it a HBCU, but I'm sorry. If you're not HBCU, you're not an HBCU. Let's just be for real.
Now, I will say, yeah, because I have a friend that go to Howard, and her parties look better. You know what I mean? So, I probably gotta. You gotta get me down there again. You gotta get me down there.
I got you homecoming, yeah.
All right, baby. I'm pull up.
Lit. Like, yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, because you still said you would love your son.
Yeah,
I think support goes a long way. I think those are one of the things. Like, it's different if you know, I'm not. Now, if you said if you said he, like, let's say if he was going to a LGBTQT pride walk and you didn't want to go, I don't think. But a wedding, like,
I wouldn't go to either one of them.
Yeah, okay, I can understand the walk. That's not, you know, you don't have to or you don't need to. There's no benefit to that. Mm-hmm. But a marriage is like, you know, I want, you know, that's the most important. Those are the two most important guests are your parents, the people that birth you, the blessing. Mm-hmm. It's almost like a blessing after the verbal blessing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
So you're putting the word, Christ, and basically the whole religion in one over your son.
Absolutely. And the reason is because God actually calls us to do that. Because here's the thing. He goes, in the Bible, God says, if you deny me before man, when you come up, when you die and you're face to face with God, he says, I'm going to deny you before my son. Because you lived, because as Christians, here's the thing. We live in this earth for a very short moment, which is what the Bible says is a vapor. So like a smoke, right? For smoke, it's there for a second and then it's gone. We live here for only a temporary. Our hope and our eternity is in heaven with the Father, And so God asks us, he goes, yes, you need to put me, God literally says that, love me so much that it looks like as the people around you, you hate them. And he's not being serious, but what Jesus is trying to make a very bold statement. He's saying, live your life for me so much that it makes it seem as if to others that you hate your family. And I know it seems like it, but you don't. But you don't, because you love your children. God also asks us to serve our family, to be the head of the household, to serve our wives in a very sacrificial manner, because that's how Christ did for us.
All right, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, man, these next couple of episodes are going to be really, really fun, really interesting. And if you're listening or watching, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe and share. Make sure your peoples know, look, we're trying to build this thing. If I'm gonna come back, I'm coming back hard. So I need subscribers. I'm trying to put out content for you guys. Again, I have a email now. I want to start doing email episodes. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, what I should do next, what topics you want me to talk about. anything. Real Talk Radio 626 at gmail.com. Again, Real Talk Radio 626 at gmail.com. Let us know some. Instagram, real.t.radio. You can check out the GAB Radio Talent Institute pictures and all the stuff with Jasmine B and Big Tigger and all the things I did with them. Also, it's like a lot of updates. I give a lot of teases, clips for the next week, episodes that you may not have seen. Damn, now y'all making me sad again, because that's another thing I had lost. I lost all my unreleased episodes too, all my promos when I lost that gigabyte thing, and sent it to a data recovery place, and they still couldn't recover it. So I got to find somewhere to recover it this summer. So y'all might see it anyway. TikTok, Real Talk Radio, but with 2 O's. So it's Real Talk Radio with an extra O. I think that's it, y'all. I think that's it, y'all. We out.